Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a beginner's guide to iMovie on your iPhone. Now, iMovie is one of my favorite video editing softwares for iPhone just because of how simple it is and it's very reliable. It's not for pros in any way, but for beginners, this is a great video editing software to start with. It's the one that I started with. Since doing this video last year, there did come out a very big update with a bunch of new features that are also important to cover. So we're going to be covering all that in today's video. So I'm going to go into iMovie, which is this icon for me right here. And yeah, so this is what it looks like when you go into iMovie. It will show you all your projects, and it will also have this pull-up menu here that shows you all the different types of projects that you can start. So the first one we have here is Magic Movie. It says choose your media and let iMovie create a movie for you. So basically how this works is you're going to go ahead and select a bunch of clips that you want for your video, and then it will put it together for you, add in titles and transitions where it feels like it's needed, and then it will create that movie for you. You can just go ahead and afterwards and edit a few things to make it perfect, but it does most of the work for you. Then we have storyboards here. Use beautiful templates to easily create a video or movie trailer. So I'm going to go in here just to show you guys real quick. If I click on day in the life, this is what it will look like. It will ask you to choose a theme. I'm not going to go through this in depth, but you can just choose a theme and then you can go on create. And then it will bring up this template for you. So as you can see, it has a bunch of areas. It says intro, getting ready. It has a bunch of headers, and then within each header, it gives you ideas of types of shots that you can add in. So you just click on the plus button to add in a shot. Yeah, this is what it basically looks like. So this is a very cool thing to reference before filming so that you can clearly see all the shots that you need to tell your story. And then you can go ahead and add them in here afterwards and edit your video to your liking. So that's what storyboards is. It gives you a template and then you just fill it in basically to tell your story. Now these two I'm not going to be covering in this video how to use them since I already have dedicated videos for each of these. So I'll have those linked in the eye up top in the description box below for you guys, so you can go ahead and check them out and see how to use them in iMovie. What I'm going to be focusing on in today's video is the movie one, which is make a movie from scratch with the iMovie timeline. This is the most popular one, and it is also the one that is been around for years. It has been around for years. So that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. But like I mentioned, these two are great options and I have videos for them already. So to create a movie, you just tap on the movies section here, and then you just select all the clips that you want in your video, and then you can select create movie. I already have a movie that I'm going to be using, but you can just go ahead and do this and import your footage, and then we'll get started on how to edit it. So this is the movie that I'm going to be working in. As you can see, I did edit it a bit just to show you guys for this tutorial. But yeah, so this is what your project is going to look like. It's just going to have your clips in it like this, and you're going to go ahead and start editing your clips. So the first thing I want to cover is, the first thing you need to do is select the theme. This is the first thing that I recommend you do. So how you do this is you go to this setting option here and then choose the theme here. This will be helpful for text and transitions, which we'll get into later. But for now, just choose one. I'm just going to keep it on simple, but choose one that you like best. I do wish they brought over the themes that they use in storyboards and in Magic Movies. Those are way better and more modern. These are very old. So I hope sometime they will bring over those themes to this main movie section. But yeah, for now we're stuck with those old themes. So once you have that selected, we're gonna go ahead and look at our view that we have here. What's going on everywhere here. So this little line here is called your playhead, and that is basically whatever is showing here is in that exact position that the playhead is. So in this position in the clip. So that is what your playhead is. Then we have this little button here which just goes to the beginning of your clip, or yeah, to the end of the previous clip. So yeah, you can just go ahead and go through that. Then you also just have your play and pause button here. You have your undo button. You have this little question mark here in the top right corner, which when clicking it enables these little text boxes to pop up, and then it goes ahead and shows you what each of these things do. Basically what I'm telling you guys now. So if you forget anything, you can just quickly click on that and it will show you exactly what every button does. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and select a clip. When selecting a clip, you'll see it has this little yellow border that surrounds it so that you know the clip is selected. And once you've selected a clip, you'll see this mini pop-up here at the bottom, and it has 5 different sections here, and within each section you have little sub things that you can do to your clip. So the first section here looks like a scissor icon, and the first option we have is split. So this just splits your clip. So if I put my playhead right in the middle of this clip, select and click on split, it will split it exactly at that point in my video. So now that one big clip now is 2 little clips. Then you can go ahead and delete that by clicking on the delete option here as well if you want to. So this is really helpful for splitting and cutting your videos. If you have any awkward pauses in your videos, things like that you want to cut out, you can just use the splitting and delete option. To trim a video, you just click on this little boulder section of the yellow, hold that down, and then just drag it with your finger. And as you can see, it will trim your clip to be shorter or longer, whatever you're going for. But that's how you trim your videos. Then we have this option here which says detach, which detaches your audio from your video. So you can go ahead and do that as well if you want to. So you can see there's little speaker icon here, shows that there's no volume on this clip since our audio is all down here. And then the last option we have here is duplicate, which just duplicates this clip. So yeah, that is the option for the main section, this little scissor icon. Then next up, what we have here is this section here, which is looks like a speedometer. So this is for slowing down or speeding up your videos. So as you can see, you have this little thing here that you can drag to right or left. When you drag to the right towards the bunny, it will speed up your video 2 times is the max that it can go. And towards the turtle is slowing it down, and 1/8 of the time is the slowest you can go. So that is how you speed up or slow down your videos. It's very simple. Next up, we have here freeze. So that is adding a freeze frame. So as you can see, my video clip is playing, and if I add a freeze frame here, you'll see for the entire duration of that freeze frame, which is this section here, the video will be paused basically, and then it will continue after that freeze frame. You can go ahead and edit the length of your freeze frame here by just dragging at the ends here, choosing how long you want the freeze frame to last. So yeah, that is basically how you add a freeze frame. Now what we can also do is add keyframes. Now keyframes are very interesting and hard to explain. So how you add a keyframe is, so as you can see, this clip duration is set to normal, 1-time speed. So say I want to speed ramp it. What that means is I'm going to add a keyframe here, and then I'm gonna make my video slow down. So let's just slow it down a bit, like maybe like not too far, just like that. Okay, so now as you can see, when my video goes from normal speed when I play it back, and then all of a sudden it slows down. I'm gonna slow down even more just to make it more dramatic. So normal speed and then slow down. And then what I can do is I can add another keyframe, and then I can make my video speed up all of a sudden. So as you can see, every single time you add a keyframe, you can adjust something in your video clip, and it will only change whatever is after that keyframe. So as you can see, this part is still slowed down, but after the keyframe that we just added, it just sped it up. So now it's gonna look like this. So we have normal, slow down, and then sped up. And then let's say for the last bit, I wanted to go back to normal. So again, what we're going to do is add a keyframe, and we're going to bring it back to normal. So that's speed ramping. It smoothly transitions between the differences in speed. So it goes from that to fast and then back to normal. So you can easily just edit that within this section here. It's very easy to use, and sometimes it takes a while to get the gist of keyframing. But once you have it down, it's pretty easy, and it's really nice to do. So yeah, that is how you do keyframing with speed in iMovie. And you can just click on reset here to reset all of those keyframes and remove every thing, and it will just be normal speed your entire clip. The next section we have here is the volume control. So that is just for bringing your volume up or down. Pretty self-explanatory and simple. So that is all for that section. And the next section we have here is text, which is indicated by this T. So as you can see here, we have different types of text. Each one has different animation that comes up when you're adding in your text. The first one is set to none, so that means there are no text over your video. And then the very last text here is based on the theme that you selected at the beginning. So I selected simple, so this is what it looks like. It just comes in very easily. And within each themed text, you can go on these three dots, go to style, and they each have an opening style, a middle, and a closing style. I'm gonna show you a different theme just to make this clear. So I'm gonna go to settings here and go to, let's select the neon one. So again, the theme changed, so the text changed, and we're gonna go to the three dots again, style. So this is opening, middle, and closing. So yeah, that is the last text option. Is always going to be based on the theme that you selected. And then for the other titles, you can edit more on them. So I'm going to choose this chromatic one. So this is what it looks like when it appears. It just slides in like that. And then it shows for a while and then it goes away. To edit this text to your liking, you have a few options here. So the first one here is the font. So I have a whole video on how to install fonts on your iPhone. If you want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the eye up top. But yeah, so if you have custom fonts, you can use that in iMovie. Otherwise, just use the fonts they give you here. So I'm going to go with this font here. And yeah, that is the font that I'm going to go for. You can also change the color by clicking here and going through and choosing whatever color you want. You can choose the different views for the color, but I'm just going to keep it white. You can even use this eyedropper tool to pick up a color that is in your video. So if I want this purple, I can easily get that from the eyedropper tool. But yeah, I'm just going to go for white for this text, but you get the gist. And to edit the text, you basically just click on it here, just tap on it and then just click on edit. And then I'm just going to type in the phone that is in this shot. And then you can also resize it by dragging with two fingers outwards to make it bigger and squinting with two fingers to make it smaller, like you would usually do for zooming in and out. So that's how you make your text bigger or smaller. You can also reposition it and move it around. So I'm going to put mine here in the corner. And then you also have the option here in these three dots to put on or off the text shadow, so you can do that, or edit the style. So the styles that you have here are default or lower third, which looks like that, but I'm gonna stick with default. And then the last thing I want to cover is full clip duration setting here. So like I mentioned, the text will appear and it will stay for a while and then it will go away. But if you want your text to last longer, what you can either do is you can have it stay there for the entire duration of the clip that you have. So as you can see that. But say I want my text to just stop right in the middle of this clip. What you can then do is you split your clip in the halfway mark. So like I said, I just want it to be like until here, split it. So now my text will only be for the entire duration of this part of the clip that is cut, and not in this part of the clip. So then it just looks like it's staying there for a few seconds and going away, because the length that it is when you haven't selected it to be full clip length. So if I turn this off, it's very short. So if you want that to be longer, that's my tip for you guys. But yeah, that's all there is to text in iMovie. It's very self-explanatory. You just choose the type that you want, and then just go ahead and edit it to your liking. Choose the font, choose the color, and then you're good to go. Then the last section we have here is the filter section. So you can go ahead and choose one of these filters. Some of them are better than others, but yeah. You can just choose a filter, and then you can also adjust how intense this filter is by adjusting this slider. So you can make it a bit less or a bit more. So yeah, this is very intense, but if I just wanted a little bit, it can work. So yeah, you can go ahead and add some filters. They have some weird ones here as well that you can play around with. So yeah, that is filters in iMovie that you can just choose to use. You'll also see when you have a clip selected, you have a few options here. So this thing here just shows you the duration of your clip, and then this allows you to zoom your clip in or out. So yeah, that is the basics of when you have a clip selected. Those things you have up here is just to zoom in and out. The next thing I want to cover is transitions. So transitions are these little things here in between clips. So you have different transitions that you can choose from. So as you can see, the first one here is none. So that just means it's just going to go from the one clip to the other, plain and simple. Then the next one you have is theme. So this is based on the theme that you have selected. So yeah, you can change your theme and then that will change the transition. But yeah, so that is the theme, and you can also select how long it takes for the transition to take place. So the shortest time is 0.5 seconds and the longest is 2 seconds. So that is quite a lengthy transition, but yeah, you can go ahead and edit that to your liking. Then we have dissolve here, which is just a plain cross with dissolve, and again, for all these you can change the duration. Then we have slide, but for these they have variations as well. So for instance, this one here, slide, just goes from left to right, as you can see, but when I tap on it again, it can change the direction. So this will be right to left. So you can just choose which one works best for you. So you just tap on it and it will change the direction of the transition. Same for the white one, works the exact same. And then the last one we have here is fade, which just fades in between clips. So you can just choose whichever transition works best for you, whichever duration works best for you, and then you're good to go. Now what I want to cover is adding in photos and videos over your videos. As you can see, I have here a photo that I added over this clip. Also here at the beginning, these are all just photos that I added in. So it's really easy to do this for photos and videos. All you need to do is click on the plus button, go to photos or videos. I'm just going to go to photos, click on your clip, and then click on the 3 dots. And then you can go ahead and choose the type that you want. I'm going to go for picture in picture, which is also the most popular one for photos and videos. And then this is what it looks like, and it's really easy. You can go ahead and drag it around. As you can see, you can add a border to it or not by selecting this thing on or off, and the zoom in and out again for your clips. That's also something you can do. But yeah, that is how you add a photo. You can also do the same with video. So click on the plus button, choose the video that you want to import, click on the 3 dots and click on whatever one you want. Again, I'm going to go for a picture in picture here, and then that will be added in, and you can again edit it to your liking, zoom in or out of the clip, add a border or not, make it bigger or smaller. So yeah, that is how you do that. I have a whole video going in depth on how to add photos over videos and how to add videos over videos. If you want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the eye up top for you guys. But yeah, you can go ahead and just look at those videos for more detail around this. Also, something that I feel like I need to mention is how to add a green screen over your videos in iMovie. All you need to do for that is go ahead, go to the plus button, go to your green screen video. You just tap on your clip, click on the 3 dots and click on green/blue screen here, and then it will add in that without the green background. And yeah, this is what it will look like. The only bad thing about green screens in iMovie is that you can move it around. It's kind of stuck where it is, but you can adjust a few things here, like the strength, so that will determine how much is visible or not. So for instance, you'll see that thing kind of fades out when the strength is too high. So yeah, you can play around with that, and you can crop it also. But yeah, that is how you add a green screen in iMovie as well. In this plus button section, you'll see also just a bunch of other things you can add as well. So for instance, we have backgrounds here. So they recently added this in. So if I choose this as a background, I can click on the plus button, and yeah, this is what it will look like. You can even click on it and then adjust the color up here to be something that's more to your liking. So let's just change it a bit. And then you can maybe use this as a background for some text, for a title, or just if you want to add a photo over this or a video. This could actually be a good background for a video. So you can do something like this for like a video with a background. It can look pretty cool. So yeah, backgrounds are also really nice. You can add. Then go back to the plus button menu. We also have here audio. So you have soundtracks with a bunch of music that you can choose from iMovie. So I'm going to quickly add a soundtrack. And then this is what it will look like when you have a soundtrack. It's going to be this green thing here at the bottom. A big tip that I have for you guys when editing music or using music in iMovie, as you can see, when I go ahead and drag this and try to make it shorter, it's not doing anything. It will only make it shorter at the end here. As you can see, it's shorter. But what you can do to change that, because if I want to move this, say, to only start at this clip, if I move it and release it, it's going to go back to the beginning of my movie. It's just how background music works. So you can change it from background music to foreground here, and then it will be more easy to edit, so you can move it around wherever you want, and it's just way more manageable. So that is my biggest tip for music in iMovie. Change it from background to foreground if you want to, if it's something that you feel is necessary, because then you can move it around more and edit it more. They also have a bunch of sound effects also that you can use in your videos, so that's also very cool. Then we have camera, so it allows you to just take a photo or take a video and then immediately import it into your project. Voiceover here, you can click on it to add a voiceover, so it says ready to record. Click on the record button and it will start counting down from 3, and then you'll see it makes this red block. So from the beginning of the red block to whenever you say stop, it will be recording your voiceover. So I'm going to click on stop, and then you'll see it gives you these options. So you have cancel, retake, review, or accept. So cancel will just remove it and just cancel the voice recording. Retake will allow you to just retake it from the exact point that you started the last voiceover. And review will just play it back to you so you can review it. And accept will keep it in place and then you're good to go. So yeah, that is how you add a voiceover. And the last option we have here is files, so you can just add something in from the Files app on your phone. So yeah, that's basically editing a video in iMovie quick and easy. And then when you're done with your edit, you can click on done in the top left corner. And then you can click on the export button here at the bottom. And then you'll see you have options here, so you can change the type, so you can either have a video or your project, or you can go ahead and when you have the video selected, change the resolution to 4K, 1080, whatever you want. Obviously 4K is the better option, but it takes up a lot of space. So yeah, when you're happy with that, you can click on done and then choose where you want to save it to. So you can just click on save video to save it to your camera roll. And it's really as easy as that to edit a video on iMovie. I hope you guys could follow along and got the gist of how iMovie works and the basics of it. I hope some of my tips also helped you guys out. And if this video was helpful for you, definitely give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. And comment down below any other questions you might have for me related to iMovie. Definitely subscribe by clicking on the icon on the screen. Click on the playlist to see all of my other iMovie related videos, and click on a video to see my previously uploaded video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!